goodness, I can't even believe this day is finally here. Let's unbox the newest size of the Chanel 25. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Celesta. We talk about all things luxury shopping and handbags. If you love those things, make sure to subscribe, hit that bell notification. I do post videos twice a week. Okay, so earlier this week, the Chanel Cruise collection was released in the US. And if you've been following me for some time, you know that I've been eyeing the Chanel 25 since about spring of this year. I knew I was gonna get the small size. I was like, there's no way in hell I can get the medium. This is actually a video of me trying on the medium, and there's no way I should have gotten it. And I figured, okay, let me try for the small. And I feel like I had pretty general requests for this bag. I said no black. I'm open to pastels, I'm open to color, I'm open to whites, I'm open to beige. So I feel like I gave you quite a few colors to pick from. And typically I wear like more beige, neutral pastels. Like you guys know, like I'm not wearing dark red, like I'm not wearing bright green. I feel like the fall collection kind of came out around the summertime, and the 25 came in like a lot of darker colors naturally. And so I was waiting for the Cruise collection. Cruise collection is actually where I feel like I shine, because Cruise collection comes towards the end of fall, early winter. People are thinking, I want fall bags. They want the dark brown. They want the black, they want the suede. Like those are the colors that people are looking for. Me, on the other hand, I'm looking for pastels, I'm looking for white, I'm looking for beige. So Cruise collection typically is my time to shine because it has the colors that I'm looking for, and there's less competition because people typically don't buy these colors in November. So that's how I got lucky with my Chanel Kelly last year in the coral pink color. And then once rumors started swirling that in the Chanel Cruise collection, they're releasing the mini 25, I knew, screw the small size, we are waiting for the mini. Also, not that I could even get my hands on the small size between summer and now anyways. So we had been in contact with a couple sales associates. I tried my luck, and today I knew I was showing up at 9:45 before Chanel opened, and we got the bag. So I texted my sales associate and I gave him the list of colors that I was open to. I told him I was open to white, beige, and light pink. Ideally, I would want white. Let me do the unboxing and then we will chat through some details about the bag. This is the new Chanel Mini 25 in the color beige. I actually didn't see the white by the time we got there, so it really was beige or black. And then they did have the small in the light pink, which I fell in love with, but also I feel like I do have a lot of pink bags, I do have a lot of white bags, and my friend kind of convinced me like, hey, you actually like don't have any beige, specifically Chanel beige. So this is the trigger that we pulled. I think she is so cute. Here's a comparison of me wearing the small versus me trying on the mini. And then in terms of the size dimension, the mini size dimensions, it is 7.9 by 8.7 by 4.9 versus the small is 11.8 by 10.2 by 5.5. And so you could definitely see kind of the difference between me wearing it. Keep in mind, I am 4'11", and so I feel like when my friend who's maybe like 5 or 6 inches, she's actually quite tall. She's way taller than me. She tried on the small. I was like, wait, this actually looks really good on you. I don't know why it looked so big on me. Like we can't even mention the medium. Like it just looked way too big, but I feel like it's actually the perfect size on me. It still gives me that like slouchy hobo look without overwhelming my frame. The mini retails now for $6,100. I know the small previously to this collection used to retail for $6,000 flat, I think, in the US. And then of course, when they released the Cruise collection, this retailed for $6,100. And of course, you can't have the mini costing more than the small. So everything kind of went up in order. I believe the small now retails for $6,400, and I assume the medium is a couple hundred more than that. So to be honest with you, I think the price difference between each size is very small. So you should really focus on getting the size that you actually want, not so much like whichever's cheapest. I want to do a quick what fits in the bag, and then we'll jump into first impressions. Granted, I just got this bag and I literally just took it out of the box. I haven't really had time to like absorb it in, and really my first impressions are going to be of me trying it on in the stores and what I think and whatnot. So we'll keep it very light, but let's hop into the what
is everything that fits in the Chanel 25 in the mini size. An iPad, technically, I would say it doesn't fit. I think if you had a mini or a Kindle, it for sure would fit, but a full-size water bottle does fit in here, including a can of coffee. I have my sunglasses in a very puffy and protective case, a hand sanitizer, and a lip gloss. The side pocket I definitely struggled with because it's smaller than I thought. So like a compact, card holders, nothing really fits in here other than a small travel size Advil, but I just threw the rest into the top of the bag. It's not going to close, but it does fit. Don't pack your bag like this. This is just an example.
Okay, so moving over to first impressions, I do feel like she fits quite a bit. Like, keep in mind, I don't carry very much, so the bar is on the floor. I carry a card holder, my car keys, and a lip gloss, and sometimes a pair of sunglasses. Either they're on my head or they're in my bag. And so really for me, this size is perfect. I really don't need anything bigger than this. I am impressed to say that it does fit a full-size water bottle in this bag. I typically drink out of a Stanley, so it kind of doesn't exactly work for me, but I do think thinking about this long-term, especially traveling, I'm doing some traveling in a little bit, and I like to travel with my vlogging cam. Sometimes I travel with the camera that I'm filming with now to take some pictures. With my phone, you know, maybe a bottle of water just so we can like stay hydrated and whatnot. This will actually fit all of those things. However, I have done a lot of research on the 25 prior to buying this bag, and I think it's sometimes I have to go in like lowering my expectations, because I know going into getting this bag that the chain for this bag does dig into your shoulder and does hurt. That was a lot of people's feedback about the small size, and compared to the medium. The medium does come with a leather piece at the top that kind of gives you that extra like protection. The small and the mini, of course, do not. And honestly, I knew that going into it, but I will say that this is a lot lighter than the small, so hopefully she hurts a little bit less. I also feel like this is not a very secure bag. Most people kind of wear it like this, and obviously when it's scrunched up, you lose some capacity in the bag. And I was also a little bit hopeful that this side pocket would fit a phone, because I believe the small size, maybe the medium, does fit your phone in here, and it's like just a tad too small to fit your phone. The lining of this bag surprised me. It is a cotton or like fabric lining for the bag, and I'm sorry, but I'm paying $61, it's probably close to like $67 after tax for this bag. I kind of want a leather lining. Even the Chanel Kelly I got last year is leather lined, and it's cheaper than the Chanel 25. So I know it's not exactly an apples to apples comparison, but you would typically think the more expensive the bag, the better materials, you know, whatever inside the bag. This bag also doesn't have very many pockets on the inside. There's only 2 pockets on the side, kind of where these are, and then a small leather flap where the Chanel logo is. And then this bag does have an 11-inch strap drop. I did measure it because I didn't see it on the website. So it is actually comfortable enough to be able to wear this over your shoulder with a thicker sweater, things like that. And so far it has stayed. I haven't done too many tests with it, so I will be doing some tests with this bag with coats and things like that, so I am interested to see that. But overall, I am really happy I got my hands on this. I know that this is a really, really hard bag to get. Granted, I was in line at 9:45, which surprisingly, I waited less in line at Chanel than I did at Starbucks last week waiting for the damn bear cup, which I didn't get either, so like at least I got something this time. But I am so glad I got this. I know there is going to be a massive wait list for this size. I'm sure they're going to continue to release the 25 in the minis, but considering how long it took me to try to even get the small, I'm so glad I got the mini. And I think this beige color actually is something that I've been missing in my collection, considering how many neutrals I do wear, because I do have a lot of white bags, I do have some tan bags, I definitely have a lot of black bags, so I'm really glad to add this to my collection. So I guess this sums it up for this video. I still can't believe I got my hands on this, and this was actually going to be a gift to myself to celebrate my 10th wedding as a wedding content creator. So we love a little congratulations gift, a little Christmas gift, what have you. But I am over the moon with this bag, and I hope this review was helpful for you guys. If you are thinking about getting this bag, I highly suggest texting your sales associate, getting in the store, getting on the wait list. Like, this is going to be a very hard bag to get. You guys know me. No, I do not support paying over retail for this bag, because keep in mind, this bag's already expensive, okay? This is already a $6,100 bag, and I've seen consignment stores selling the small size for well over $8,000, $9,000 for the small size. So you can imagine how much hype is going to be around this bag, how much this is going to go on the resale market. So please do not pay over retail. Just be patient. I waited 9 months for this bag, and I am over the moon that I got it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you have any other questions I didn't answer below. I will continue to use this bag, and the more that I use this bag, I'm sure I'll have more thoughts on it. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll leave another video for you guys here, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!